Today I'm harvesting some of my potato containers. It has been a tricky season. I've been really busy with lots of tomato plants and other things I've been trying to get in the ground, and I have not been able to weed my containers like I've needed to, so a lot of grass has grown in. So I'm very curious to see what the potatoes are going to look like underneath the surface. On top of that, I sprained one of my wrists, so I'm hoping for a good harvest in spite of all the issues this season. So I got most of the big pieces of grass out, the few pieces of plant I could find, and I'm going to very carefully just feel around in this pot and hope I feel something. Just trying to kind of loosen up the soil. I may have to get this dumped over anyway. I'm just not able to do it myself. And see, this is why you don't want to dig around too much. I got this with a little bit of the shovel. So that's a small potato. Not too small. There's a little bitty new potato size. And I just found something really icky. So that may be the initial, that may be what I planted. Sometimes that rots down below. Really not feeling too much down in here. So far, pretty disappointing. Everything I'm finding is small for sure. I haven't found any large potatoes. Now this wasn't a very big container, but I did use it last year and had bigger potatoes than this harvested out of it. But my largest potatoes that were like full-size russet potatoes were in my raised bed. This year I didn't use the raised bed because I was saving it for my tomato plants, because I had so many tomato plants that I needed to plant. So it was a give and take situation, and I felt like the tomato plants were more worthy of the space. So that was the reasoning behind that. I mean, I am finding potatoes, so I'm happy for that, because this was just totally grown in with grass and didn't look like possibly it had done anything. These potatoes will still be yummy. They're just not a lot of them. The good news is I have a lot of containers. So even if each container is just a small little harvest, should still last a little while. Also, most of my seed potatoes were from my potatoes from last year. So I did not spend a lot on seeds this year for that. I think I bought a $3 pack from Walmart, and I'm trying to think, $3 pack from Walmart, and then I also spent about $5 on a pack of purple. But for the russet, I think it was just the $3. So that is all I'm finding. I'm trying to really feel around in here, because what I would hate would be plant something over top of this and not realize that I had potatoes down there. But I'm really just finding a bunch of really tiny potatoes that'll be great roasted whole. And like I said a minute ago, I have not been able to weed these. You see all this grass that has grown in here, and then you've got the potato plant that has died back. I had a lot of things going on, including this, which really limits how much I can weed. And as the garden has gotten larger, it's been harder to weed. So you kind of just have to pick and choose which beds get weeded. Hopefully at some point I will come up with a system that allows me to more efficiently weed. But let me show you this. I haven't even started yet, and right here on the top is a potato. And I see a little hole in it. So I hope we don't have too many potatoes with damage. And last year when I would pull these up, they'd have gigantic potatoes hanging from them. So this time it's just much smaller potatoes. bit of digging. Whoop, there we go. There's one. The happy news about harvesting these potatoes is that I have a lot more places to plant things now. This one's got some still hanging on the vine. And I am out of space in my colander, so I'll use my apron now for the first time, so that's exciting. I'm out of room in my colander, so my potatoes are going in my apron now. So here's an itty bitty one. There's my seed potato. This is actually one of the biggest ones I have found. So there were several good sized ones. Most were small. This is what I picked from this container. Still not a gigantic amount, but it's really nice to have hands free, especially if you hurt yourself and can't use both arms. So here's a little bitty one that's just right at the top. And when I pull these, they kind of just snap off. They're not getting any, bringing out any potatoes on them. So this container right here seems to have some larger ones in it. Look at this one. I got that one, which is a decent size. Here's some other, these little ones. I just try to put these on the side and then put them in. Look at that one, that's a nice one. So I'm doing this last container and I had to go put a mask on because all this dirt, I could be having serious allergy issues tomorrow from the dust. I didn't even think about it. But that's what typically happens after I'm having a bunch of dust fly in my face. Here's one that's really close to the top. Couple I just found. But look, it's really nice because I'm keeping all my potatoes in here. And then I stuck my phone on the other pocket. So this was my first potato harvest today and my first time using the Roo apron, and you can see I got a good amount in here, but it was nowhere near being full. So I'm going to open this one-handed because I have some issues with one of my hands right now, so I'm trying to rest it. But even one-handed, it's really easy to shake this out. And you can see all the beautiful little potatoes. So I'm pretty happy with my potatoes so far. I still have many containers to harvest, but this is what I've gotten so far. If you're interested in checking out the Roo apron, I have a link in my bio, so just go there and check it out. Also, let me know down in the comments below what kind of potatoes you're growing this season. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.